A warm welcome to your Sunday tonic of human interest stories. I am Jennifer Igwe. Formal education is extremely important. However, the capability to invent and have exceptional creations can also be acquired through observation, inquisitiveness, and proactive personal efforts. Now, creative inventors and minds like Thomas Edison and Leonardo da Vinci, for example, have had no formal education, but have creations serving the world today. On our lineup today is a Nigerian with no formal education, but who has invented things that are so outstanding that universities are studying his works and honoring him. Who is this exceptional Nigerian? Stay tuned to learn about him. Now, when Hadejia is mentioned, for many, the first thing that comes to mind is Hadejia River and stories of flooding. But do you know there are other fascinating aspects of the area many are not aware of? Our roving correspondent will help us know what it's like when the countryside of Hadejia shows its true colors. Then getting a back seat sometimes, challenges of inequality, discrimination, violation of fundamental human rights are some issues that the girl child still faces all around the world. But many don't know that saving and empowering the girl child is a plus for any nation. How? We have a feature on this. We have other stories as well, but first, the news segment. And my colleague Claire Adelabu Abdurazak is all set. Claire, let's start with the news.
All right, thank you for making it short and simple, Jennifer. Good to see you. Hello and welcome to Abuja, and here is the news. Vice President Kashim Shettima has departed Abuja for Beijing, China, to represent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the upcoming Third Belt and Road Initiative BRI Forum, scheduled to hold from October 16 to 18, 2023. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Office of the Vice President, Stanley Nkwocha, the Vice President will be joining other world leaders from over 130 countries to deliberate on the theme High Quality Belt and Road Cooperation, Together for Common Development and Prosperity. Vice President Shettima will also use the opportunity to woo investors for more development projects in Nigeria. Following the meetings in China, the Vice President is also due to depart for the USA to deliver a keynote address at the African Development Bank and World Food Prize, facilitated by Norman Bolag Dialogue. Nigeria's reform efforts have been globally acknowledged and applauded as capable of putting the country on the path to economic recovery. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edo, confirmed this in Marrakesh, Morocco, while briefing journalists on the outcome of Nigeria's participation at the 2023 annual meetings of the World Bank and the IMF. Nneka Oko reports that the Minister of Finance also left the meeting with a new portfolio.
For several days, the Nigerian delegation led by the Minister of Finance actively engaged with various stakeholders and participated in important discussions and panels. Most of these conversations, the minister disclosed, centered around Nigeria's need for increased domestic revenue mobilization as a crucial element in the country's long-term strategy towards achieving sustainable development finance.
We also emphasized the overall need for support from the private sector around the world, because no matter how much you try and raise domestically, and no matter how much multilateral institutions are able to give, it is a drop in the ocean compared to if you can attract foreign direct investment.
The minister also urged for continued multilateral cooperation to tackle debt challenges, which supports the G20 Common Framework and the Global Sovereign Debt Roundtable. Nigeria is not leaving the annual meetings without a new portfolio, having been appointed as chair of the African Governors Forum.
It means that Nigeria has the leadership of the African Governors Forum within the World Bank Group. It is Nigeria that will help to set the agenda and push the case, for instance, for a third member of the Board of Governors from Sub-Saharan Africa, so that we have a bigger voice in the governance, we have more representation in the board of the World Bank Group and the IMF.
As the Nigerian delegation prepares to bid farewell to Marrakech, it is hoped that the outcomes and recommendations from this year's annual meetings will be carefully analyzed and considered in Nigeria's future economic policies to propel the country towards economic prosperity and financial stability. Neka Oku, NTA News.
And back home, the 2023 International Rural Women's Day is focusing on the role and contribution of rural women to the global food production and supply chain. Now, this is coming as the Nigerian First Lady pledges to support small-scale women farmers with equipment and inputs. Now, the theme for the year is Rural Women Cultivating Good Food for All.
Veronica Ona, a mother of 5, is a native of Mbu Akoti, a farming community in Isiuzo local government area of Enugu State. She is among women that are actively participating in agricultural activities in the community. She told me that without women, men in the community will not have food on the table.
I'm a teacher by profession, but I was not employed, and they taught us how to process gari in a new way that will be faster.
Not only in Enugu, across the country, women were identified as major stakeholders in agricultural activities. These women say women participate in land clearing, planting, harvest, as well as marketing of agricultural produce.
Now women have improved processing. The quality of rice is good, and then Nigerian rice is now becoming competitive because they are able to harvest in a better way using simple agricultural tools.
Access to land, finance, including heavy-duty equipment, are identified as major constraints to rural women. To further alleviate some of these challenges, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu is to distribute mechanized farm tools worth 151 million naira to rural women as support to ease difficulties in farming.
The First Lady has already volunteered. She is bringing in a lot of agricultural machines to give out to these women. As we are about to give them these tools, teach them, bring the Chinese people that will teach them how to use these tools, let it be something different that will improve their lives.
Minister of Agriculture, on the other hand, says the intervention of food security will include women, especially in smart agriculture for climate adaptation.
Is to revive and promote home economics and food and nutrition knowledge transfers and practices at the state and local government levels under the watch of the First Lady of the Federal Republic and the First Ladies at state levels for food and nutrition security.
The United Nations has set aside 15th of October every year as International Rural Women Day. Musa Aliyu, NTA News.
Fantastic. And now to health. In celebration of knowledge, dedication, and expertise, Nigeria's Professor Ibrahim Abubakar from Bauchi State has been awarded the coveted RU Prize 2023, cementing his status as one of the world's foremost public health professionals. Now, this honor recognizes his unwavering commitment to improving health outcomes in the last 3 decades. Here's Lydia Sampson with the rest of the story.
You're coughing. Let me listen to your chest if you don't mind. Professor Ibrahim Abubakar is currently serving as the Dean of the Faculty of Population Health Services at University College London, a professor in infectious disease epidemiology. He has tirelessly dedicated his life to improving public health globally. Born and raised in Bauchi, Nigeria, his professional journey began at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where he obtained his medical degree in 1992.
Having finished my secondary school, it was clear to me at that point that my ability to contribute to solving the even more vast inequalities at that stage of our development would be better if I studied health and healthcare.
His unrelenting pursuit of knowledge led him to specialize in public health medicine and engage in postgraduate studies in the United Kingdom. Professor Abubakar's impact reaches far beyond the borders of his current base in the United Kingdom.
A lot of our recommendations have gained traction and have been listened to. And one key area is health insurance coverage. The government did pass a law. We convert that law into actual practice and we reach 100% health insurance coverage for the country.
During the trying times of the COVID-19 pandemic, Professor Abubakar was at the forefront, serving as a key advisor to the Nigerian government on the pandemic. Professor Ibrahim Abubakar's impact transcends academic accolades. His dedication and effective advocacy has led to transformational change in Nigeria's healthcare landscape. It is not surprising that he bagged the 2023 Rouse prestigious award by the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington School of Medicine.
I see the Rue Prize shining light on his work as an example for others who are very brilliant, who have exceptionally well-placed platforms in the global space.
Industry experts believe it is apt to applaud this remarkable public health practitioner, researcher, and academic for his extraordinary achievements and for being a shining light, showcasing Nigeria's stride in the world of public health. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Fantastic there. Now, the management of private higher institutions across Nigeria are being challenged to make the capacity building of their students second to none through effective and efficient modeling of lives for future leadership responsibilities. Now, the Chief of Staff to former President Muhammadu Buhari, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, stated this at the 15th convocation ceremony of Crescent University, Abeokuta. Hakeem Jimo was there.
A moment of glory, sweet accomplishments, and academic excellence for the 472 students, including the former general manager of NTA Abeokuta, Fumi Wakama, and a 73-year-old Oni Keoke Ayodeji, among other 58 recipients of master's degrees and 410 recipients of award of bachelor degrees.
Learning is actually from cradle to the grave, and like I said, for me, it is indeed a great achievement in my educational journey, and I'm grateful to God and my family.
So it was after my marriage I did school SAT in my husband's house, and without school SAT, about 47 years ago, I've been keeping the certificate that one day I will use this certificate to go to university.
Some distinguished Nigerians received honorary doctorate degrees, while some graduating students received prizes and awards for distinguishing themselves in academics. The former Chief of Staff to the immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, was decorated as the new Chancellor of the institution.
Makes Crescent University a university for the present and for the future, as it continues to mold the character of our youth, especially the women.
The proprietor of the institution and the Vice Chancellor reiterate the management's commitment to consolidate the achievements of the founder, late Bola Ajibola.
Our education and integrity and moral excellence should guide you always, so that you can always be an inspiration to those around you.
It is important that Department of Islamic Studies all over Nigeria should consider deriving resources that are in abundance in the Quran to face whatever is happening and trending in the world.
Crescent University Abeokuta is an Islamic co-educational institution established in 2005. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
Congratulations to all the graduates there. And just to add that, of course, age is no limit to learning. Now, aspiring students of engineering and transportation management will soon have space in their Pioneer Transportation University in Daura, Katsina State. Now, this follows the final assessment of the institution by the National University Commission NUC as part of the preparation for its takeoff. Hosseini Suleiman tells us more.
This visit is a response to request for commencement of the academic session of the proposed programs to take up this year. The National University Commission team leader John Merapi Amadou says the commission will look into the quality of all the existing structures and documents to ensure the smooth takeoff.
In terms of facilities, in terms of infrastructure, what they have generally is okay, but the final decision is going to be left to the National Universities Commission as arising from the report that will be submitted by the resource persons.
The team of inspectors later went around the lecture halls, laboratories, hostels, and staff quarters, among others.
At the moment, I cannot say so number of courses until after the final assessment and the report by the assessors. There are professors in different areas of transportation from different tertiary institutions, specifically universities, from different relevant departments.
The Vice Chancellor led team on a visit to the former President Muhammad Buhari in his residence and also paid homage to the Emir of Daura, Umar Faruk Umar, in his palace. The former president and the monarch were delighted with the development recorded so far. In Daura, Hussein Suleiman, NTA News.
And we go to Lokoja now, where a lecture held at the Federal University had the former Chief of Staff at the Presidency, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, emphasized the crucial role of innovation in advancing education for national development. Ajibola Christopher reports that Professor Gambari was speaking as a guest lecturer at the institution.
In his lecture on the relevance of university education in innovation for the advancement of town and gown symbiosis, Professor Gambari stressed the significance of university education in driving innovation and fostering development.
Universities and research centers are the most suitable instruments and places to develop this, and that's why I think they deserve support, not only from government but from the private sector.
And I'm happy that each university has a faculty or department of entrepreneurship. That is to say very well that creativity and innovation should be. AI itself that we talk of is an aspect of innovation and creativity.
The Federal University Lokoja should foster connections with employers and design curricula that align with the demands of the job market. This approach aims to promote entrepreneurship skills among industrial and textile graduates, enabling them to be self-reliant after graduation. In Lokoja, Ajibola Christopher, NTA News.
And boat captains sailing waterways in Lagos State can now breathe a sigh of relief as the federal government commences clearing of water hyacinth on the waterways that has become an impediment to navigation on the seas. Lanre Gbeleye reports from one of the boat jetties.
A few heaves to Ikorodu jetty, where the water hyacinth interlocked on the sea. The hyacinth clearing machine called Swamp Devil clears the sea surface of hyacinth to make it easy for boats to navigate the waterways. This water hyacinth has been a challenge for the boats moving on the water, from damaging the engines to compromising the safety of passengers and the captains in the boat. And this has necessitated the need for National Inland Waterways Authority to clear this hyacinth periodically.
We are carrying out our due diligence to mitigate this menace. It obstructs easy movement of boats on the waterway.
For boat owners along the route, this gesture by the government will go a long way in preventing accidents.
You can see the way they are bringing it out to ease the movement for boat operators. And stop doing this is going to affect our gearbox, likewise consumption of fuel. There may be kudos for them to come and give us a navigational route for the customers and the boat operator to back their boat.
This clearing exercise, Niwa says, will also be done in many strategic routes across waterways in Lagos. Lanre Bilayi, NTA News.
And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu congratulates the Managing Director, CEO of the Nigerian Film Corporation, Dr. Chidia Maduekwe Shinka Ohafia, on the occasion of his 70th birthday. Now, the president describes the former legislator who served in the House of Representatives in the Third Republic as a distinguished public servant and a passionate advocate of the Nigerian film industry. President Tinubu describes Dr. Chidia as a man of many achievements who devoted over 35 years of his service to the nation in various capacities. On this auspicious occasion, President Bola Tinubu praised Almighty God to grant him long life, good health, and more wisdom to continue to serve the nation. And the air component of Operation Heading Kai has carried out an air interdiction missions at a newly identified terrorist hideout at Boko Haram near the Lake Chad region. Now says the strikes, which were carried out in the early hours of October 14, 2023, became necessary after confirming the relocation of terrorists from Shua to Boko Haram general area, indicating likely resurgence of attacks on ground troops and innocent civilians. The airstrikes were subsequently authorized in Boko Haram to decimate the terrorists. Feedback received after the strikes revealed the outcome expected was achieved as several terrorists were neutralized while more than 40 motorcycles and 6 gun trucks were destroyed, degrading their ability to attack ground troops as well as innocent Nigerians. Recall that similar strikes on terrorists were carried out in the early hours of October 11 by the air component of Operation Hadrin Daji around Sangeko axis of Maru local government area of Zamfara state. Now, the terrorists were in a convoy of about 70 motorcycles on the road track leading from Kabaru towards Sangeko, while several were neutralized, their motorcycles destroyed and others injured. And in Zamfara State, the Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Shehu, has formally presented the 4 rescued students of the Federal University Gusau to the management of the institution. Here is Jamili Ibrahim's report.
The terrorists again attacked Sabangarin Damba area and kidnapped 4 students of the Federal University Gusau. The students, comprising 3 male and 1 female, were whisked away from their rented apartments located about 4 kilometers away from the campus at about 8 o'clock in the evening. The prompt response to the distress call by the police has, however, saved the situation, as all the kidnapped victims have been rescued unhurt a few hours after the sad event. Zamfara State Commissioner of Police Muhammad Shehu is sent at the university campus to formally present the rescued students to the management of the institution.
You can see the school is porous, there is no fence, there is nothing. So the only way we can defeat this type of situation is for us to get prompt information. And this time around, luckily enough, as they came, we got information and we pursued them. We are now able to rescue the abducted students.
Meanwhile, security has been beefed up within the university campus and its host community, especially in the areas where most of the students reside. The latest incident is coming less than 1 month after the terrorists kidnapped more than 30 female students of the university, 13 of whom are still in captivity. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
And the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has taken into custody 2 drug barons, one Hakeem Babatunde Salami and the other Okafor Ikechukwu Williams. The 2 drug barons who were arrested with billions of naira worth illicit drugs seized from them. A statement by the Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, says that this came on the heels of the arrest of 2 drug traffickers with consignments of cocaine and heroin buried in their bellies, now while heading to Paris and Qatar. Similarly, the NDLEA arrested one for Ijogo Charles, who was on his way to Doha with 75 cocaine pellets in his belly. NDLEA adds that the suspect also attempted to bribe an NDLEA official with $3,000 to obtain his freedom. The NDLEA says it also conducted raids across the country, resulting in the seizure of illicit drugs and counterfeit currencies, leading to the prosecution and conviction of different suspects. Now, instead of being a source of fear, death, and certainty, and the certainty that it comes to us all, should rather inspire those still alive to do good and impact others positively. Now, that was the condolence message of the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, to family members of late Elijah Moriam Ulushi, wife of Chairman, Council of Elders in Lagos State, Elijah Tajuddin Ulushi. Here is State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo.
Of living together as a couple for 56 years ended for Elijah Moriam Ulusi on Saturday, October 14, 2023. Leaving her husband, the Chairman, Council of Elders in Lagos State, Alhaji Tajuddin Ulusi, a widower. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, arrived at the Ulusi family house in Abuja area of Lagos State, joined by wife of Lagos State Governor Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, to commiserate with the family on the passing of a woman she described as a strong pillar of her family and her faith.
She wasn't sick. She said her goodbyes.
Thanking God for a life well spent, the First Lady notes that in embracing death as a reality, those alive must make it count by adding value to the lives of others.
Baba, I can only pray that God will give you the strength. You are a Baba of faith, and you taught us that. And nobody can argue with God.
The Chief Imam of Lagos, Sheikh Sulaiman Oluwatoyin Abunola, joined the First Lady to pray for the repose of the soul of the deceased, while asking Almighty Allah to strengthen and comfort our family. Thanking the First Lady for taking out time to condole with him, the chief mourner, Alhaji Tajuddin Ulusi, said the passing of his wife, though sudden, was the will of God. Late Alhaja Moriam Ulusi, the Otun Iyasuna of Okeani Mosque, died at the age of 77. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
And the remains of the mother, former President of the Senate, Hajia Halima, has been laid to rest at the Central Graveyard in Gashua, headquarters of Barde local government area of Yobe State. Now, funeral prayers held at the palace of the Emir of Barde was attended by the former President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, governors of Yobe and Borno states, including the Emir of Barde, among hundreds of dignitaries within and outside the state, attended. Abubakar Galadima reports.
The funeral prayer was conducted at 11 o'clock in the morning with hundreds of residents in attendance. Chief Imam of Bade Emirate Ustaz Umar Ahmad Abubakar led the prayer before the deceased was laid to rest at Gashua Central Graveyard. The special advisor to Yobe State Governor on Religious Affairs, Ustaz Babagana Malankari, offered prayers for the repose of the soul of late Hajia Halima, who died at the age of 86. The funeral prayer was also attended by the Speaker, Yobe State House of Assembly, Chiroma Buba Mashu, and emirs of Bade, Guru, Yuspari, and Patiskum, in addition to public and private office holders within and outside the state, is survived by her husband, children, grandchildren, and many great-grandchildren. Among her children is Senator Ahmad Ibrahim Lawan, the former president of the 9th Senate of Federal Republic of Nigeria, in Gashua. Abubakar Galadima Shuaibu, NTA News.
All right, let's bring you some sports update now. And Remo Stars record the only away win on match day 3 of the Nigerian football top flight as Bruce Kepka wins in Jeddah. We have details with Badi Adelaya.
32 teams competing in 8 groups and represented by more than 900 players are battling for the top prize and honors at the 2023 edition of the Milafia Football Tournament, 13-week tournament which is aimed at promoting peace and unity in the district. So Be United and EMD of Doma play goalless in the opening match.
The youths made 70% of the Nigerian population. So if you invest so much in that, you engage this 70%. In sporting activities.
Champions Enyimba International survived a fight back from Akwa United to record a 3-2 victory in their matchday 3 encounter of the Nigeria Premier Football League on Sunday. Somiari Alalebo got the winning goal in the 69th minute. Shooting Stars came from a goal down to record a 2-1 win over visiting Gombe United, courtesy of Taufik Malomos Brace. Kano Pillars lost 1-0 to Abia Warriors on the road. Remo Stars ran out 2-1 winners away to Bayelsa United. Enugu Rangers beat Niger Tornadoes by the same margin, with the game between Rivers United and Kwara United ending goalless. In the meantime, the duo of Victor Osimhen and Kelechi Iheanacho will play no part in Nigeria's friendly against Mozambique on Monday after they were released from the team's camp in Portugal. Osimhen, who suffered an injury scare against Saudi Arabia, was allowed to leave on the advice of the medical team as a precautionary measure, while Iheanacho was given the nod to attend to a pressing personal issue. And finally, Brooks Koepka beat Talaguch in a playoff to win Live Golf Jeddah, but the runner-up claimed £14.8 million as the season's overall champion. With sports updates, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
And we have just enough time to get some weather advice from our weather center.
Welcome. Monday morning should start with mostly sunny skies with haziness across the northern parts of the country, though dust haze is expected to persist over Yobe, Jigawa, and Kano. There are also chances of morning thunderstorms to parts of Taraba, Nasarawa, FCT, Kogi, Ogun, and the coastal cities. We expect better chances of thunderstorms towards the evening hours along the stretch of the coast, most parts of the inland cities of the south, and parts of Plateau, FCT, Kwara, Kogi, Southern Borno, Adamawa, Taraba, and Gombe. Let's take a look at the forecast across some selected cities.
All right, and that does the news for us from here in Abuja. I return you safely to Lagos and in the warm hands of Jennifer Igwe after the commercials.
Welcome back. The story of Dr. Hadi Usman of Jekadari quarters in Gombe State is that of a unique and resilient inventor who never enrolled in school but has to his credit many creations that are beneficial to mankind. His inventions have attracted eulogies and support, including recognition of Gombe State University. He has been honored with an honorary doctorate degree of science. Tafawa Hamza Mayo, please shed more light on this.
It was a moment of joy and celebration to Hadi Usman, a famous inventor who did not receive any form of formal education, and he was bestowed with an honorary doctorate degree of science by the Gombe State University at its 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th combined convocation ceremony. The septuagenarian has spent over 50 years inventing things to add value to human life. Within days, Engineer Hadi, as he is popularly called, has made headlines on the national dailies, yet none of his inventions received the desired attention. Recently, Dr. Hadi invented 3 key products that are environmentally and economically friendly, including a water-powered cooker, electric generator that does not use petrol, diesel, solar panel, or inverter and can generate up to 7.5 kVA electricity. He also invented a system control box that operates every electrical and electronics audio and video systems in the house. These and more made the man worthy for the honor by Gombe State University.
Because of his innovative ideas, Engineer Hadi is somebody who has been, right from his tender age, been very inquisitive, even though he has not attended any formal education. As far as formal Western education is concerned, what he actually did was to have gone into a Quranic school and study Islamic sciences.
I have received more than 200 calls from all over congratulating me. It has opened up a new page in my life.
The university has since engaged the services of Dr. Hadi to share his knowledge with students.
I registered for satellite installation, but I end up learning many skills.
The lectures is entertaining and it is also interactive.
To his family and friends, his recognition served as a moral booster.
Since I was in primary school, so my father is teaching me how to repair electronics.
He is a good neighbor, always available, especially if you need his help.
Dr. Hadi's inventions are not yet produced in large quantity for financial reasons. His water cooking machine is one thing that Nigerians need at this time of economic and environmental challenges.
Exceptional Nigerian, and I think many young people should go and understudy him. There's a lot to learn from him. Now, every container leaks only its content. This explains why people imbued with spirits of human kindness will always offer their shoulders for others to lean on, especially during times of trial. This is the case with Ibrahim Jibrin Mohammed, a popular philanthropist in Maiduguri town, Borno State. His style of palliative is an intervention for the people. Curious what it is? Let's join Fatima Issa.
The customary long queues and cows associated with fuel dispensing stations in Nigeria have since gone with the withdrawal of subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol. One therefore wonders what exactly triggered resurrection of this queue in Maiduguri Metro. NTA Newsline, like all passers-by, got curious to know the attraction, which turned out to be the dispensing price. The price per litre of PMS being dispersed here is 430 naira.
I came with the intention of buying same price, but fortunately when I came, I just saw 430. I was very, very happy.
Give us to have the cheaper price.
The man behind the gesture is a philanthropist, Ibrahim Jibrin Mohammed, an indigene of Borno, resident outside the shore of Nigeria, but with a kind heart fixed on his people back home. It is the second time in less than a month he is extending his generous gesture of field palliative intervention. The coordinators of the Ibrahim Jibrin Mohammed Palliative said the intervention is to complement efforts of the Nigerian First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, who has remained steadfast in generosity and advocacy for bringing succor to less privileged Nigerians.
We are looking for an area that commercial motorists and keke napep riders were too much, so it's there we are doing.
The bourgeoisie among the people, at least, they should be intervened in this kind of palliative. You know, it's just a matter of helping ourselves.
We're really happy and enjoy it. This is the second palliative to this our station.
In Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked the believers to assist and help in all time and in all period, particularly when people are in difficulty.
In Matthew chapter 25, if you start from verse 35, it talks about Jesus talking about the separation of the believers on the last day. Those who assist people will be rewarded. Like we said, when I was hungry, you give me food. I was thirsty, you give me water. I was naked.
Very interesting. The countryside of Hadija in Jigawa State is perennially restless. Rich agricultural land area with countless water bodies allow for pleasant and beautiful human activities all year round. Hamis Rogo captured some exciting scenarios along the countryside on his way to an assignment in Yobe State.
It's blessed, beautiful and restless. You always come across amazing pictures here with great symbolism. Images of migration by different occupational groups are the most common. Fulani form the bulk of these migration pictures. Ever so mobile, they are always on the move to where the grass is greener. This little group of women and children are speeding up to catch up with the larger group, ahead with the larger herds of cattle and sheep. Along the way also, we stop for this scene at a water point. Hundreds of camels turn up here every day for their water needs. The water point accommodates other livestock too, but when camels are out of the way, due to the endowment of this countryside, camel grazers from as far places as the Nigerian Republic and Libya bring their livestock to graze around this Nigerian environment. This man actually say they are from Agadez, a far-flung city in Niger Republic. They are moving home now. This countryside is busy all year round. It is dry season now, but you are always confronted with pictures of agriculture. It supports massive crop production, wheat, maize and rice. That apart, the farm movements excite me. Pictures of farmers patrolling the farmlands with their craft, and images of structure that reflect a vibrant agricultural environment. I was getting late for my formal assignment in Kirikasama, collecting these pictures. Then I ran into this scenario. I had a mind to let it be and keep my date. But the pictures are so strong on my head, I couldn't let go. This is not a fishing festival or any festival at all. It is a fishing for survival. As we are fighting through a community in Jian, we noted these people. Virtually, all the young people in the community are in this pond trying to catch fish. We were wondering whether if it is a festival. Incidentally, it is not. It is just a meeting to catch fish. This is a model of some of the fish they catch. Babatozu. In communities around this area of Abuja, tens of water points exist that allow for all year round fishing. This is one of it. In this place, people come from great distances to be part of the fishing exercises. It is a daily routine that allows fishermen across the neighborhoods to fish and find a living.
Livelihood. All the people you see here will not go home without having some income to support their lives.
We were crowded for time. We could not witness when the net would be dragged out of water for these fishermen to scramble for the catches, like Maitaru wanted us to do. However, he told us that people come from various areas of Abuja to buy the fish caught here. He also told us the fish here can be bigger than what we can see. I guess the Hadeja area is very big and beautiful too.
We have traditional methods of doing things that have been passed from one generation to the other and helping the people. And I think this is one of it. There is a new eco-friendly cooking method that is gradually being embraced by households in Nigeria. Now, this alternative does not only eliminate the risks associated with traditional cooking methods, but also contributes immensely to a cleaner environment. Our correspondent, Jewel Popola, will tell us about this option.
Cooking with firewood is an age-long traditional method in Nigeria. Unfortunately, harmful smoke and pollutants are released with silent and gradual collateral damage to the health of users, who are mostly women and girls. Food vendors, for instance, inhale this injurious smoke, which they have become accustomed to in the preparation of food for their customers.
Maybe you'll be using nose mask to be closing your nose so that you will not be hear that smoke.
Someone risk to our heads. So we don't have any choice than to use it because of the gas is too high.
Although women top the list, the challenge of indoor air pollution and smoke from an unhealthy cooking method affects men as well. For many like Mohammed Umar, inhaling harmful smoke is part of his daily life.
If you will use charcoal, definitely smoke will be coming out. We have even already habitualized with this smoke that you have seen, because we are always used to using it.
In addition to the health hazards, this cooking method contributes to global carbon emissions and deforestation, all crucial factors in global warming. Experts say opting for clean cooking fuels and biofuel gel stoves will help save lives and the environment, particularly with the rising cost of cooking gas and the risk involved in it.
The advantages of biofuel over the current used fossil fuel is that biofuel is cleaner, it's more environmental friendly, it does not constitute heavy human health problems. Now, although it is a new concept, we believe that once it is introduced into various households in Nigeria, a lot of the diseases, the sicknesses, the ailments that are associated with fossil fuel usage in terms of release of carbon dioxide by fossil fuel production processes will not be present in biofuel production and usage.
When cooking, we discover that this does not cause any harm. To children who wants to learn how to cook, perfect solution because it's safe. Parents can be anywhere and be well assured that their children are safe while cooking. And then for the environment, it's the best. So when it comes to cooking, this is the cleanest source of cooking so far.
Biofuels are considered renewable energy sources. They are from feedstock, waste materials like sawdust, water hyacinth, and other products that are considered as waste, which speaks volume of the potential in waste. The ugly narrative that people die from cooking gas can change if more Nigerians adopt healthier, greener, and safer alternatives.
Smoke from traditional cooking methods, the use of firewood and charcoal have killed many, particularly girls and women. So a cleaner and safer option is the way to go. And talking about the female gender, every girl you see today is a woman in waiting, a potential mother and leader. But she can only fit into these roles and positions if she is fully equipped and given equal opportunities to compete favorably with her male counterparts. Reason a day is set aside globally to celebrate and address the challenges confronting the girl child. Momso Damian Dati has more.
The atmosphere is electrifying. The energy is visible and palpable as school children from all over Abuja troop to the Mariam Babangida Center for Women Development to join their counterparts across the globe in commemorating the Day of the Girl Child.
Girls cannot be left out in anything they are doing. Some girls don't know their rights.
Prominent women, including Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, all understand these stages of girlhood too.
The day provides us with an opportunity to reflect on the challenges faced by girls in our country, while also celebrating their remarkable potentials and resilience. We must confront these issues head-on and strive for a better, more equitable future for our daughters.
It will be very good you learn something like a skill.
Social coping in our school, it helps to build confidence in children.
And for the boys who are now being carried along, there are lessons to take home.
Before now, I had to see girls like let them just shift one side, just underrate them. But now I have more knowledge about them that we have the same rights.
I want to advise boys, they shouldn't discriminate girls.
You are giving them room to have their voice so that everybody will hear them and understand what they are facing in life.
And also, at the residence of the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, gathered other schoolgirls from diverse backgrounds.
Demonstrate that the realization of girls' rights is key to ending extreme poverty and achieving all 17 of the SDGs.
Experience insecurity when you go to school, so most don't go to school.
And we advocate for their rights and what they are supposed to have and attain in the society.
UNICEF, in collaboration with the British High Commission and Nigerian Governors' Wives Forum, are keen into the theme invest in girls' rights, our leadership, our well-being.
To ensure that there is enough investment in girls, the investment in the basic social services, skills acquisition, empowerment, making sure that we support the girl child and every other field.
For these girls, lifetime memories have been created as far as this year's event is concerned.
You see why I say train a girl and you're sure you're training a nation. Very key. Time for some messages, more interesting features when we return, so don't go away. Thanks for being there. On October 20, 2016, His Royal Majesty Oba Eware II, while ascending the throne of the Benin Kingdom, promised to protect his subjects and promote the customs and traditions of the kingdom to the world. It has indeed been a promise kept, with the resuscitation of the Emoro New Yam Festival being the latest efforts towards the sustenance of the age-long tradition. Anwuli Okoli, who will bring us up to speed with activities beginning of the 7-day event, now tells us about what has happened there.
The chiefs trooping to the palace with their entourage in tow, each with their full regalia and emblem of authority, the Ebe. Many are of the view that the return of Imoro Festival is one that has brought joy to the Benins. Later wonder the chiefs were on their feet till the close of the ceremony. These colorful-looking chiefs have been specifically selected to perform for the Oba.
It is necessary for the chief today to compliment what the monarch did or what he has done. And then we are here today to celebrate with him.
Emoro today is the climax. That's why you saw various chiefs from various groups came paying their homage to the Oba. And it was wonderful.
It was fantastic, beautiful, and action and music, and so I liked it, yes.
The Oba of Benin is one who has always celebrated his coronation in style. In 2019, it was on Narfest, and now in 2023, the Emoro Festival is revived. Many are looking forward with anticipation to the Oba's birthday celebration, which coincides with his 7th year anniversary.
The great Benin Kingdom with fantastic celebrations as usual. It wasn't just a gathering of the professionals and the creme de la creme of society. It was a convergence of drivers of success who came from far and near to celebrate an icon who has continued to contribute to the growth of Nigeria in different capacities. Elizabeth Omori is set to reveal the faces and moments that glaze up the 75th birthday of Prince Clement Adesuyi Hastrop.
Who wouldn't want to be a part of the success story of the Prince of Ijesha land? Technocrats, business moguls, members of the royal family, government officials, and business partners of the celebrants converged to celebrate a man whose qualities, dexterity of purpose, and vision align with humanity, Prince Clement Hastrop. The ambience of the venue depicts the expression that like minds flock together.
He has been one of the best gentlemen in Nigeria that I have met. He, throughout my meeting with him, he is somebody that is very hardworking.
He has various projects in Nigeria that serve as testimonies to his belief in the Nigerian project.
I like to try to follow his example. His humility is very palpable. It is something that I respect. If you run into him in the street, you will never know who he is or who he is.
He will live more than 100 in good health, happiness and fulfillment.
Prince Hastrop kept the pace of success through his visionary leadership style, dedication, kindness, and love for others. And these were evident during his tenure as the Deputy Governor of Osun State.
It's got the Midas touch. Everything that it touches turns to God.
Prince Clement Hastrop is a philanthropist with a foundation that has given education scholarships to over 500 students locally and internationally.
Is someone who cannot hurt a fly. He has milk of human kindness flowing inside him.
It's been wonderful in my life. It's incredible. I don't know what I've done to deserve the grace I'm having from God.
Happy birthday, we say from here. Now to culture. Cultural dance is one of the known traditions of the nation, and it is expressed in different styles and steps depending on the background. It is imperative that the culture is not only preserved but taken as a form of exercise for healthy life. It is also an important way of communicating traditionally. But how often do people dance? What does dancing mean to you? Let's join Gift Ogbe as she takes us through steps involved in the Bayelsa State Waist Dance and the importance. Over to you, Gift.
Dancing is said to be an excellent form of expression that allows people to exploit different forms of bodily movements. For the people of the South-South region, Bayelsa State in particular, the waist dance is most appreciated. The free movement of waist and muscles of the body is so electrifying as it keeps one at the edge of your seat. According to these young dancers, it is their cultural heritage.
Dancing is a natural talent. Once it's being taught, it can no longer be referred to as dancing, but we learned the dance steps.
It gives us joy while dancing because dance is part of entertainment. Dancing is something of your mind. You do it with your own way. You don't force on to dance. It's more like a gift, a talent. You show it. You use time when you dance, you smile.
Love dancing because most times dancing releases our body. It's more like an exercise. Dancing is one of my hobbies. I love dancing.
No matter the mood you are, dancing puts you in a grooving mood to relax and forget about the worries of the past.
Okay, Gifts and all those involved in that initiative, we need to give you a keg of palm wine because it's very important. I'm from Umuahia here in Abia State, and we also do a bit of the waist dance. But many young people today have no clue how it's done. So it's very important for us to preserve our culture. We'll take another break. We'll be back soon. Welcome back. The story of a woman who poured hot cooking oil on her husband while he was sleeping somewhere in Igruta, Ikwere local government area of River State went viral online in the last 1 week. The story, no doubt, left many wondering what could have actually warranted such behavior from one's wife. In the quest to unravel the mystery behind the action and get further update on the situation, Kingsley Amajiri went in search of the victim. His findings are quite revealing. Viewer discretion is advised.
That wonders shall never end. I guess that best describes the situation in the story of the family of Ikeleduri, who resides in Ikuruta in the Ikure local government area, whose wife poured hot oil while he was sleeping. The search for the victim took NTA Newsline crew to Eche, where the couple are from. With the help of some residents of the area, we were directed to the residence of this retired teacher at Akukabi in Eche, where the victim is receiving local treatment, and we met him in this condition. Obviously, the hot oil left him with high degree of burns and injuries on his head.
You can see my situation. This point in time, there is nowhere for now to fund myself. Whosoever that want to help me, I think this is the best time to just help my life.
For those who saw him on Monday, can testify that there is an improvement. It's not automatic. What is a high level degree of burnt? By God's grace, he's going to come back to normal.
It was on Friday night. I get on call by 2 o'clock midnight that the wife beat him with his sister. Use hot oil, pour him on bed.
A traditional ruler in Eche and spokesman for Obako Eche, Ezepike, describes the act as barbaric and against Eche traditional way of resolution of marital discord.
Eche has a way of settling marriage issues. Issue of pouring water, pouring hot water, pouring this, pouring that, beating the woman is not in Eche culture.
The wife, currently in police custody, alleges that since they relocated to Ikuruta, they have been having issues over the family finances amidst her displeasure over her husband's attitude of keeping late nights. Although she admitted pouring hot groundnut oil on her husband, she says she regrets her actions.
He hit me. I entered the kitchen. Like, I was thinking he has gone outside. So he rushed me there again. I poured in that oil. It's hot groundnut oil.
The River State Police Commissioner, Emeka Woyi, says the law will take its course in the matter under investigation.
Use hot groundnut oil on the husband, maybe for whatever domestic issue they have. So I can assure you that that person has been arrested and is here with us. And the law will catch up with anybody and do the necessary sanctions.
For now, the victim, a Krom, is still at a home where he is receiving local treatment and is yet to be seen by a medical doctor, but he cannot afford hospital bill.
Very cruel action and very uncalled. We are on the case, and it's important the man gets all the help he can. It's not a good place to be. We have another story. To be buried alive is another kind of fear entirely. Horrifying to the senses and inconceivable to imagine it ever happening to anyone close to us. So you can imagine the shock and horror of a young boy who was buried to the neck by his stepbrother for allegedly stealing the sum of 1,000 naira. The grim incident happened in a suburb of Lokoja, Kogi State capital, and our correspondent Solomon Ayedein is following the case.
Call it man's inhumanity to man. You will be absolutely right. The people of Apamsede, a community along the Zongdaji Road near Lokoja, Kogi State, woke up to a gory incident involving a brother by name Goodness Oshodi, burying his stepbrother Friday Oshodi alive for allegedly stealing the sum of 1,000 naira.
Uncle, please. Uncle, please.
The story of the young boy whose mother died at childbirth unravels with each new revelation depicting pain and misery. A victim of abuse said to be orchestrated by his stepmother, Victoria Bamidele, the young boy, Friday Oshodi, currently out of school, is denied education and performs laborious tasks unfit for his age in his family's household. Community leaders in Akpam Sede have condemned the barbaric act, and it has reported it to the D Division police station for investigation.
Somebody is passing and he hear a voice of a cry person, boy. And he started saying, please uncle, please uncle, please uncle. So the person has gone to come in and see that the boy just buried his brother.
Now only God saved the boy. Because when they give him food to chop, eye is bleeding, the nose is bleeding.
At the time the child was here, the child was fully conscious, although with some bruises on the head, and the head was a little bit edematous, maybe from the fallout of the assaults on the child. The child was able to talk.
The Kogi State Commissioner of Police, Bertrand Onoha, confirmed the incident, assuring that the culprits will face legal consequences once the investigation concludes.
It's a despicable act in the 21st century for such a thing to be taking place. And the person that did it is not as if he's not a small boy. Somebody of 17 years. And the junior one who was alleged to have stolen the mother's money was around 11 years. So such is very inhuman. We condemn it in totality.
Vigilant. If not that the guy that was so vigilant and had the strange noise, the boy will have died.
As for the boy, his current whereabouts remain unknown. He is reportedly in good health, while the culprits have been placed in police custody.
A very inhuman, wicked way to correct a child. I mean, bury someone alive. I mean, if the neighbor had not seen him, what would have happened? We'll take a last round of commercials. Newsline will be back. Welcome back. It was indeed a celebration of life well spent as family and well-wishers bid final farewell to the former Deputy Director, Internal Audit with the Nigerian Television Authority, Kola Muyi. The NTA family was well represented at the event. Omo Kehinde Igbari covered the burial ceremony in Ibadan, Oyo State.
The ancient city of Ibadan literally stood still as children, relatives and guests turned out in colors at the solemn funeral in honor of late Pa Kola Muyi, who they say will be missed dearly. In his sermon, the officiating pastor urged those present at the service to see the passage of Pa Muyi as a transition to a better place.
Whatever the crisis that we are passing through, God has a way of escape.
Family were thereafter joined in thanksgiving to God for his faithfulness in every situation.
Children and grandchildren have learned a lot at his feet.
He's a very accommodating person and very lively.
In everything, he's always helping others. While the family proceeds to a private interment, attention gradually shifted to a grand reception at the NTA Ibadan premises.
From the entire management and staff of NTA, we condole with the family of Muyi. He has been a very humane person while in service. I'm sure the Almighty Lord will comfort the family.
He was the one who actually employed me to NTA.
Work together throughout the federation. We are in their quarters. So work together, we move from station to station on quarterly basis.
He was a complete gentleman, a man with integrity.
Baba was jovial. He never behaved like an ogre. He was humble. He played with us as if we were mates.
Born on an Easter Sunday morning 84 years ago, to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Gabriel and Juliana Muyi of Arigidi Akoko in Ondo State, young Kola, who began his education in Baptist Primary School, Bukuru Jos, later attended Oklahoma Baptist University and North Texas State University, USA. He worked with Veterinary Research Laboratory from Plateau State before joining NTA in 1978, where he rose to the position of a Deputy Director, Internal Audit, before he voluntarily retired in 1996. Pa Kolamuyi died on 15th September this year and is survived by wife, children, and many grandchildren.
May his dear soul rest in peace. Thank you for joining us, and be with us again next week for another episode. Good night and God bless Nigeria.